Hey everyone, today I am going to be talking about a question that I get asked a lot and I'm going to be addressing it. That question is, why do I have the amount of children that I have? And why am I still open of the possibility of having more children? I have 3 children and I have another one on the way, so I'm going to have a total of 4 kids. And by standards of nowadays, that is a pretty decently large family. And I get asked a lot, well, when are you going to stop? Or, well, why do you have so many kids? And how do you do it and whatnot, just a bunch of other questions. But today I'm going to focus on the question as to why I have a decently large family by today's standards. And I will be addressing first a little bit of my background. I grew up an only child. I have 2 half siblings from my dad's previous marriage. However, there was always a lot of tension and a lot of negative energy and emotions within them, like amongst each other's against me, because I was a child from a different relationship. So that was always very strained, and I never had a relationship with them. So growing up, I was really extremely lonely, really isolated. I never knew what it was like to have, somebody around my age to play with. I would see my cousins. They would have all their brothers and sisters. Well, sisters because they're all females. They don't have any brothers. And I just thought that was a really wonderful bond. They would do each other's hair, they would help each other with their makeup and their nails, or they would just go out and hang out. And just seeing that interaction that my cousins had with their sisters made me always want a sibling. Actually, not even seeing just their interaction, just in general, seeing like friends and how they would always talk about their siblings and about hanging out with them, even the fact that they would get into arguments or fights with them. They just had somebody there that was pretty much growing up and living through what it is that they were growing up with alongside with them. And I always thought that was such a beautiful and such a wonderful connection, and I always longed for that so much. I spent my entire childhood just practically begging for a little brother or a little sister. So here I am at almost 30 years old, no siblings, and I see my friends that are, around my age or even a little bit older, like 10 years older, maybe 20 years older. They have very beautiful relationships with their siblings. They meet up, even though they have separate lives or they're in different states, they make it a point to meet up and, chat and check up on each other. And I think that's really beautiful. And me personally, I always had that mentality when I was young. If I were to ever have a child, I would never curse them with being an only child. I would give them siblings, because I just think it's so beautiful to have siblings. There's no words, just like emotions to feel there. The best way that I can describe it is that you're gifting your child a lifelong friend that they will always have. And for this, I decided to have a lot of kids. I never wanted them to feel the loneliness that I felt my entire life. And I have not had any regrets having multiple children. I have even found that it is really fun to have a lot of kids, because whenever we travel, there is an experience that we all experience as a collective. I get to see my children interact in different landscapes and experience things together, and I know that this is creating lifelong memories for them. I just feel that it's made life significantly more enjoyable to have a lot of children, and I see the love that they have for each other. It's such a beautiful gift. Of course, I am aware that a lot of people, have different experiences. They come from different backgrounds. But I'd like to hear your perspective on, if you're an only child, did you like it growing up? most only children that I've talked to have been pretty upset about it, and they've always had that sibling connection even well until adulthood. Now, another big question is, how many kids will I have? Well, as of right now, I am going to have 4. I haven't told my children yet about the baby. It's going to be a surprise, and that's going to be in another video. But will I stop at 4? Will I continue to have 10? Who knows? Only time will tell. I've heard from parents that you just know when the right time is, when you feel like your family is complete. So I've yet to reach that point, but I'm sure it is in store for the near future. If you liked my content, definitely subscribe and turn your notifications on. I would like to hear your experience being an only child, or if you had siblings. If it was a good one, if it was a positive one, let me know in the comments. And also, if you have any feedback, any sort of suggestions of what other content I should make, let me know. Until next time, thanks for watching.